This morning, we're secretly switching the regular panel with an episode of VSS. Let's see if anyone notices.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 74th edition of VSS. Well, it's level 74. And we'll just pretend like we've done a VSS for each one of the previous episodes. So yeah, VSS 74.
I mean, even when we're not there, we're there in spirit.
In spirit, for sure. Sometimes we go a little long, and then it's like 2 episodes and whatnot. So, you know, it's just myself and good old X over there. It's just the 2 of us today. And we have a end-of-year wrap-up for you. We got a list of our best achievements of the year in honor of it being December and whatnot. So we present to you our top Chivos of the year in 2 different formats.
Yeah, so, you'll notice that Elroy didn't give you a number. Just top it. We don't know what the hell we're doing, to be perfectly honest with you guys.
There's some numbers in there, and we'll each get to the end of our list before we stop talking. How about that?
Yeah.
What about me, my blue collar?
Juice Springsteen!
Oh, me. Well, I guess I'll start. Why not?
Okay.
Sure. So for me, I divided mine into 2 different lists. I have my top 3 personal Chivos that have asterisks attached to them. And then top 3 actual achievements from the year. So the top 3 actual achievements for the year are from games that came out this year and Chivos from those games that I liked. So those are actually timestamped 2019. My top 3 personal Chivos with asterisks. The asterisks, of course, being that I actually tried on these. So I got my nice little asterisk that says that I got the gamer score and I tried.
Ooh.
So these are my top 3 Chivos with asterisks. But there's a bonus one. Honorable mention. All right, so for my honorable mention, I had to go with Supermarket Shriek. And they both lived happily ever after. And you get that for completing the Coliseum in co-op. It has a whopping 10.56 ratio. It's kind of one of those in-game Chivos. And when you get to this point, you have to have worked your way through the game. And you're like at the end, and that means you get like all the stars to get to this stage. You earn the right to play it. And so for co-op, you have to add in a controller. Well, no one's going to actually play this with 2 people. You actually have to, have you played this game?
Yes, I have. Are you implying that literally no one ever has played this as intended?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, I mean, I'm with you. Kelsey and I did it first. We genuinely did the first 3 levels in co-op, and then level 4 was too much, and that was that.
How in the world is it even possible? I mean, it's just like, all right, you go, no, all right, you go, no. Oh, I mean, to me, it's just, I can't even imagine trying. And then both of you are like, like for real, like it's so frustrating. I can't imagine anybody actually doing this in co-op. And so I did the old take 2 controllers, butt them up together, and it worked like a charm. I mean, it's like we're using a Wii or something, like the Wii U, the big old thing that flopped. I don't know. It's or some kind of handheld device or what have you. But so I held the 2 controllers. And now that last stage. Well, first of all, let me give you this disclaimer. I'm not 3-star Supermarket Shriek material. Okay, I got my fair share of 3 stars, and by my fair share I mean I got as many as was needed to unlock the final area, not a single one more. And I gave up on unlocking all the stars early on. It just wasn't going to happen for me, and I just let it go. Did we ever get that Frozen endorsement? No,
not yet.
Okay. And so the video that I was watching for this Coliseum one, it was a 3-star video. So, because I guess people need to know how to do these 3 stars. I was just curious how to beat the freaking stage. So I'm watching this video, and I could not do it. I tried and tried and tried. I could not freaking do it. There's this one part where you have to jump off this ramp, and you're frozen at that point, and you're trying not to burn up, and you have to run the gauntlet and get through the next doors before you burn up. And I could not do it. And so I was trying to do it the 3-star way. Well, as I said before, I'm not 3-star GOAT material here. And so finally, I accidentally crashed through this door I didn't even know was there, and there was a freezer there. I was like, oh my God, there's a freezer here. Have you done this stage? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I did not make it to the Coliseum. I'm also not 3-star material. I think I'm like 2 or 3 stars short of unlocking it, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's a long road to hoe, man. And well, if you get to the stage, you'll know you get to this part because there's a whole lot of fire everywhere, and you had to cool yourself down before you do it. And so you come around this corner, and there's like a ramp, and all the video shows you jumping off this ramp. But if you go off to the right, there's a freezer, and you can like cool down and then take it a little slower. So once I found this freaking freezer, man, I got my 1-2 stars. Bam, bada bing, bada boom. Unlocked it, and and I was very grateful because this game was really starting to get my goat, man.
Ha. Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. So that was my honorable mention.
Okay. Well, my honorable mention is much quicker.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. So my honorable mention. Actually, let me back up a little bit.
Sure.
I took this this topic as my favorite achievements that I've earned this year.
Hey, that sounds like Chivos with some asterisks there.
Yeah, something like that. But they're not all like difficult, but you'll figure it out. So honorable mention goes to literally any achievement from Age of Empires Definitive Edition, the 2019 stack.
Yeah, that's a good nominee there.
Yeah, literally any of them, because I had already done the original 2018 version in its entirety, and then 2019 stack, you boot it up, and all the achievements that you had in the 2018 version just automatically unlocked in the 2019 version. No. So I just loaded up the game, and I think it's 44 achievements for 1,250 gamer score, just pop, 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 and they're all rare achievements just popping up. So it's like, nice. It's not just bleep bloop, it's ding. Yeah. 44 times. It was actually a little annoying because I was trying to play a game and I could not. But yeah, as much as I like achievements, I like them even more when they're just given to me and I don't have to do anything. So the road to 1 million was 1250 closer because of Microsoft's generosity there.
Yeah. Now, whenever I have a situation like that, I like to make sure, A, I got the Xbox open. B, I got my laptop open. C, I got my iPhone, not muted. And then D, I got my Windows phone not muted. And so when I pop, I just like to surround myself. It's like full immersion.
It's just full immersion, yeah.
Yeah, like learning a language here. And so it's like, beep, beep. My Windows phone always pops last, and my iPhone always first. And actually, it's kind of a tie between it and the Xbox, and my laptop's second and behind, and then, the Windows phone last. But yeah, it's, I feel you. That's a good feeling, man. It makes you feel good down, just about everywhere now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. Literally any achievement from that game.
That is a great nominee. I'm with you on that one. I haven't finished it yet, but I didn't have them all when it came time. But yeah, that's all me.
The backstory is that I grew up. I really liked Age of Empires.
I did too.
I never knew what the hell I was doing, and I always summoned myself an army of Shelby Cobras to help me win.
Shelby Cobra? That's a unit?
Yeah, the blue car.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about, the little cheat.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know about that when I was younger.
Oh, man, that's the only reason I did anything. I would just, I
played it legit,
I'd just create the army of, 10,000 Roman archers, and then I'd, have them march towards my base of one Shelby, and just obliterate them all, and then I would just repeat that, because that was entertaining when I was 9.
Fantastic, man. my 9-year-old self. I guess I was probably about 25 when you were 9. But anyway, I enjoyed that game as well. But I would have enjoyed doing that. Number 3. All right, number 3 is actually from Dead Rising 3. But not Dead Rising 3. It's from Dead Rising 3 Super Ultra Dead Rising 3 / Arcade Remix Hyper Edition EX plus Alpha dash whatever. It's that really annoying add-on to the game. That's actually
I've
the
never
name
played it, but I love that Capcom did that just to poke fun at themselves. That was well done.
For sure. Yeah. And the achievement, I believe I've talked about this one. It's called Champion. And it's for coming in first in any district with 4 players. So the achievement itself is not overly difficult. The problem you're going to have is actually finding 4 players that want to play this game and are actually on the server, which is kind of sketchy sometimes. But anyway, this game I set at 99.9 or whatever. There are a buttload of achievements in this game. And I set on the 99% for about 5 years. And it's actually my favorite X-Bone game ever. It's what I bought the X-Bone for originally when it first came out, because it was a launch game. But anyway, this was back before I even knew what TA was. Before I wasn't even really an achievement hunter at this point. I actually play games for fun. Oh my goodness! Yeah,
Censor that.
Yeah, it was for. That was back when I only played Assassin's Creed and Dead Rising games. That was it. And
the glory days.
Yeah, and so I was like, man, I really completionist Elroy was alive and well back then, and he really wanted that 100% on Dead Rising 3. And so I was looking around, and I kind of stumbled upon TA. I really didn't know what it was, and I hypothetically stumbled upon some guy named Vulture VCF, and he hung me out to dry. Yep. We scheduled some time to boost this. I didn't even really know what boosting was, but I figured it out. We were there. There's 4 of us. Vulture made sure he got his pop for going through this and winning with 4 players. And it seems like we went through it 2 or 3 times. It came my turn, and crickets. That was my first intro to TA and boosting. I got screwed, hypothetically, by a guy named Vulture VCF. Now, since then, I've learned a few things and whatnot, and I finally was able to get a group together. It was an angel that appeared to me. It wasn't Angel Waka, don't worry.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, and it was an angel by the name of Dark2K10, some English fellow, and we've been just Dead Rising it up ever since. See, I used to think that I was good at Dead Rising. I see that you played Dead Rising, but you kind of stopped after number 2 for some reason.
Yeah, I just didn't really enjoy them.
Would you say that you thought you were good at them?
No.
Oh, really? See, I always thought I was good at them. I don't know why. And I'm not. I'm not good at them. I used to think I was, but no, I'm not. I'm not good at them. But Dark2K10 he has like the whole freaking game memorized. And so I call him my tour guide. He's like taking me through Dead Rising 2 right now. Great guy, man. And so anyway, we set up something. Bomber 37 jumped in. Someone else jumped in, and we got it done. And there you go. So now we're just going through. We had so much fun. Dark2K10 and myself. He's dragging my carcass through all of Dead Rising 2. We're gonna probably do some more Dead Rising. I found a Dead Rising buddy. Isn't that amazing? And so, I do have to share one story. I'm so bad at boosting and stuff. But there's this one part. Do you remember it's like a old show.
First or second one?
This is a Dead Rising 2. So you played the 360 one. There's this one part where there's like an old show lady, and I think her name's Dee Dee or BB or something like that. And she's on stage, and she has a bunch of people tied up, and you have to like put on a tuxedo, and you have to get a bunch of zombies to come down to the stage in the time allotted, or else she blows up the stage and all the survivors die.
Yeah, vaguely.
Okay.
I remember the stage part.
All right. Well, so I've basically been following Dark2K10 all around this game. Like, he's doing everything. He's just literally he might as well just throw me on his back and carry me through this game. I mean, he's doing everything. I'm just following him. And he's telling me what to do, maybe I'm just good company. I don't know why he spends so much time with me on this game, because there's nothing in it for him. He's already got it, like, maybe he doesn't have all the achievements. I don't know. But anyway, like I said, great guy, man. So it came time, and we get to this part, and I don't remember this part, but he hasn't memorized. And so he's standing on stage with her, and we jump up there, and then she's a psychopath. So you're supposed to kill psychopaths. And so I completely misread the temperature in the room, and I thought, well, this is my chance to impress Dark 2K10. So I just started wailing on her with a bat, with nails in it. That's my go-to weapon, is a spiked bat. And I just went like Negan on her. From Walking Dead, or no, not Walking Dead. Yeah, Walking Dead. Negan, the guy with Lucille, the bat. That's what I did, man.
Only because of the internet. But
yeah, I clubbed her like a baby seal. And
oh, don't say that.
She was a baby seal, and I
don't think
her.
I can work with you anymore.
She got clubbed like a baby. I don't know, BB or DD, or I don't know, whatever her name is. So anyway, I was not supposed to do that, and it basically ruined our whole run. And we hadn't saved in forever at that point, and he couldn't even spit out, "What the hell are you doing?" fast enough before I had clubbed her to death. And it's kind of an awkward moment, and it ended up costing us a couple of Chivos and Father of the Year, because we were holding some paint portrait that you can only use like at a certain time. And so since we had to reload, it was gone, and because he had it in his inventory, and when you do co-op, whoever's joining in loses their inventory. I don't know. Anyway, it was a thing. So for those of you that are boosting Dead Rising 2, if you get to the DD part and you have somebody that's helping you, don't jump on stage and just try to impress them by how fast you can club an old woman with a bat. There you go.
I feel like the real moral of the story here is don't club old women with bats.
Yeah. It was kind of like the time I let Angel Waka down. Now we're talking about Angel Waka. When I was trying to learn how to Minecraft. Yeah, and I could not feed those stupid tiger things, and like I let them all out, and one of them stole our minecart and ran off, and it was kind of that. I could hear the disappointment in Dark 2K10's voice. Is like, what the hell is he doing? Like, all he has to do is just stand there, and he can't even just stand there right. He has to jump on stage and just go clubbing. But yeah.
Well, I mean, that achievement probably has like a 2.0 ratio, so that is beyond your ability there.
Yeah, I just couldn't handle it, man. I didn't like the way she was looking at us.
All right. All right. Well.
Yeah. Sorry. I think I went a little long on that one.
Yeah. No, we're 23 minutes in, and we have barely gotten started. Woo.
Yeah.
So number 5 goes to this one's so dumb. It goes to the high score player achievement from ACA Neo Geo Metal Slug 4.
Wow, you put a lot of thought into these here.
No, see, there is a reason. I did put some thought into this. Metal Slug. Well, I'm on my quest to play all the Neo Geos against everyone's better judgment, and Metal Slug 4 was the last Neo Geo that I had to play on Xbox One.
Well, before you go any further, let me just say that I'm not going to ACA shame you. This is a safe space, and I support your decision to ACA it.
Okay, I appreciate that. I needed that, really.
You're welcome, man.
So yeah, I saved this one for last because it's one of the tougher ones. I ended up with a Gentleman's 480, which is...
That's not very gentlemanly.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the lowest I have of any Neo Geo that I've actually played. So there's that. But it ended the madness, kind of, because I still have 22 titles to go on Windows 10. But then the party is over for good, which is very sad. But who could forget such gems, such as, Art of Fighting 8000 and King of Fighters 425 and, what else? What else do we have? Top Players Golf, yeah.
Yeah, there's some good ones, man.
Woo.
Yeah.
There have been a couple that I've actually enjoyed. I never really played any of them growing up, but Metal Slug 4, high score player. That was my last. Actually, I have to put an asterisk. That was my last earned achievement in a new game. But then someone found an exploit in a game that I had previously played, so I went back and got that one.
Oh.
So it wasn't the last Xbox One Neo Geo I played, but it was the last new one that I purchased. And
Cool.
earning it and knocking it out makes it my number 5 top achievement of 2019.
Man, all right.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on that, man. I like the ACA made the list.
Yeah, of course it did. It's X and Elroy talking. you all know
Truth.
Iron Snout's going to pop up sooner or later.
What? Spoiler. Now, where am I? Oh, I'm at number 2.
Again, we have no order. We don't know what the hell we're doing.
These are mine with asterisks, man. I thought I explained it. So, this one I've talked about as well. This is Age of Empires Castle Siege for the Warlord achievement for winning 2,000 crowns. Again, I had all kinds of remorse because I didn't follow the advice of a guide that I read where basically you can't go back and play this game now because it's gone, but so yeah, I don't think I really even need to offer some suggestions for you. But basically, should have got them all at the beginning before I leveled up my castle. I didn't do that, and I thought, I'll just go get all the other achievements. They're just there. So the lack of delayed gratification kind of cost me here, and it was I just couldn't get it. It was hard to get those crowns once you level up to the level I was at, and finally there was some solutions, and basically there's one where you had to get a bunch of rams together, and like the cart rams, not like the animal rams. And
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, or not the football team either. And you basically put them all in one spot, and then you have some leader guy that you click on him, and it makes all his unit, all the not his units, but the units nearby invincible, and then some other dude runs off and he's like yelling and people chase him, and you just basically go straight to the castle and try to destroy the castle. Sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't. But yeah, I got the job done. I don't know. It was a Windows phone game, or I guess that was a Apple or a iPhone game, but
I think that one had a bunch of different stacks.
Yeah. Well, that was the cool thing is once I actually got the achievement and I got the completion on it, I just opened up my Win 8 device. Again, thanks, Angel Waka. And he's like, oh man, do we got to do the impersonation? I feel like we just butcher it every time. He changes like nationalities every time we do an impersonation, but
hello, that was not very good.
Yeah, he's like, you open the win. I'm making him Italian this time. You open up the Win 8 and they all pop, Elroy. And so, yeah, I did that and they all popped, and that was really cool. Kind of like that experience we talked about earlier with Age of Empires there. So, yeah. I don't know. Why are there no quick games on the phone? It seems like they're all just freaking like 200 hours each one of them. But,
yeah, well, I don't know. Hello, that's okay. You go to your Windows settings, and then you change the date, and then you pop all the achievements, and then you buy a cherry squishy.
That's not bad, actually.
I've had some practice.
Oh, man. That's cool.
Yep.
Man.
All right, then. I will give my number 4 with a very stereotypically offensive Indian accent. No, I'm not going to do that because I'm just. I was about to say.
I think you're making him Indian there for a second.
Well, no, that's what we were saying. Like he changed his nationality, so he went from Swedish to Indian. They're basically the same place.
Yeah, he crosses all boundaries.
Yeah. That's how much of an angel he is.
Yeah, borders are nothing to Angel Waka.
That's right. All right, so because again we're doing random numbers. My number 4 is one that I have talked about before, but it is retirement planning for heroes from Bard's Tale Trilogy.
Oh, that was one of your landmark ones, right?
Yes, it was. This is the achievement I used for my 900,000 milestone, because I'm a hero, and I'm planning my retirement, so retirement planning for heroes, it's brilliant.
Oh, man. I do like what you did there, except for you actually do have to retire. I don't think you got it in you.
I keep talking about it. That's why I keep bringing it up. That way when it happens, no one is surprised. Someone's going to be like, oh, X, why aren't you achievement hunting anymore? I'm going to be like, bro, where have you been forever? But, Yeah, I honestly, I'm with you. I think of all the milestones that I can remember, I think this is my favorite one.
That's cool, man.
I really like the one I have planned for 1 million, which I'm not going to spoil for you guys. You'll see it next year.
Nice. Ooh.
But yeah, no, I already know what I'm going to do for that one. It's going to be awesome.
Photo shoot?
Photo shoot, I already know what I'm going to do for that, too.
Yeah.
I got this all planned out.
I love it.
All planned out. But,
I love it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really like this one. And it was my last big milestone before 1 million. And it was my last milestone of 2019, so it made it pretty memorable, and I don't have much more to say. It was just a good one.
It's cool. That's a good name for achievement for you for that.
Yeah. Plus 900,000, 90% there, man.
Yeah. That's cool. I can't top that, but I'm going to try with number 1.
Number 1.
So this one, I was thinking of which one I get the biggest asterisk from this year, and it has to go to Rare Replay with No Place Like Home.
Oh God, is this King
Force Gemini? Yep. And with defeat Mizar and his freaking boss minions, 10.86 ratio, hands down the game I played more than any other game this freaking year. Is Jet Force Gemini, which is great since it was released only literally 2 decades ago. Like, it was made in 1999, and it held up so well. So well. I mean, I've already talked about this game and how it's wrong on so many levels. You got, D-bag King Jeffrey and that prick and what he makes you go through after you saved his whole people. I could go on about those damn bears. There's like 600 of them and you have to collect them all. No need to rehash those guys either. I'm not sure I mentioned just how inconvenient it was collecting all the ship parts.
A few times, actually.
Yeah. Oh, did I? Well, did I mention there's one that you can only get from giving some stupid bear, not one of the 600 bears you collect, but a different bear. But you have to give him some earplugs. Well, to get those earplugs, you have to get gold on another side quest, which is Floyd Missions, which is this little flying Game Boy looking thing. And you have to do this mission, and it's like a speed run. You got to get gold on it. It only took me about 100 tries. That's about it. And I missed it by like 0.01 seconds so many times.
Of course.
So pleasant. And I don't think I mentioned Mizar himself and how he like owns you with his little laser attacks. Like, you're in the main boss fight and you can only have so much health, and so you're doing really well. Well, not for long. There's these Mizar laser attacks and the controls are not conducive to rolling out of the way, and they will find you and kill you. So you just hope that he doesn't do that often because it's a randomized attack. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But so instead of talking about all that, I'd like to end this on a positive note. So, in your face, Jet Force Gemini. Yeah. So, there you go. I bested it.
That's a positive note?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it like pissed me off for hours, and the obstacles it threw in front of me, like the bears, the King Jeffrey, the earplugs, Mizar, awful controls, like whatever, 2 decades of dust, whatever it was, wasn't enough. Because I defeated it. I win. It loses. I drank its milkshake.
Did it bring all the boys to your yard?
That was me drinking its milkshake.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, that game was unbearable.
I mean, I feel like you secretly liked it because you've talked about it so damn much.
I'm actually proud that it made me actually feel like a real gamer for a moment. Actually having to try and do all this stuff. And
we're all proud of you too, because you spent like dozens of hours for like one 15-point achievement.
Yeah, I know, it's so ridiculous. Oh,
when everything about Elroy suggests that.
Oh yeah, my body was rejecting that game. I was like going into convulsions. My body was rejecting this achievement, and oh my gosh, it went against everything I stand for. The RTDL, man, it makes you do some weird stuff. All these on my list were freaking RTDL. I think. Let's see, Supermarket Shriek certainly was. Oh, okay, well, just that one. That's the other. Okay, the other two were just ones I needed to finish. Yeah. There you go. That's my number one, man. That's what I wasted all my time on this year.
Well, you just did your number one. We're somehow jumping back to my number 3, which is a Journey's Catalyst from Final Fantasy X and X-2 Remaster. So the achievement I'm picking itself is fairly insignificant, so you're probably like, oh, but X the hero, why are you making this number 3 if it's insignificant? Because the achievement, you just get it watching a movie from the main menu. But there is a reason. There is a method to my madness. So I wanted to get an achievement for starting this game without actually having to play the game, if that makes sense. So I just watched the video from the main menu. I think it was 15 gamer score. So I'm currently sitting at 15 out of 1,000. But why did I want to do that? Because I wanted Final Fantasy X to be my 1,000th started game on my profile.
Oh, okay.
Which is crazy to me that I have... Now I think I'm up to like 1150, which is even crazier. But yeah, when I started my achievement hunting hobby, Geez, when was that? Like 2012 or 13, I think, when I really got into it.
Man.
Yeah. But I was like, yeah, maybe, I don't know, I'll have a couple hundred. I never thought I'd be up to 1,000.
Right.
But yeah, so Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13. I don't know where the hell that came from. Final Fantasy X was one of the first games that I really dove into when I was probably about 13. That's actually where that came from.
Oh.
Yeah, see, I'm just jumbling all the numbers up in my head. Blah, 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 blah. Tired teachers, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I really dove hardcore into it. So do you remember strategy guides, like when that was a thing?
Man, let me tell you something. I remember when you had to go buy the like a little book at a computer store, and you take it home and it has a marker. And we're talking Zork days here.
Ooh.
And so if you didn't know how to get somewhere in Zork, you could there's like a little section and it'd be like, well, how do I access the waterfall? And then there's like a little blank spot underneath it. So you use a special marker and you write across it and it reveals the answer on how to do it.
Huh.
Yep.
That predates me even. I didn't know that.
I'm old.
I found not too terribly long ago, the video game tip hotline.
Oh yeah, man.
That you could call in. It was like $2 a minute.
Yep. And then came the Game Genie, I think was after that.
Yep,
maybe.
Game Genie and Game Shark.
Yep, that's the ones.
But yeah, so like I was saying, I dove into Final Fantasy X when it came out. I just loved it. So I had my Prima Games official strategy guide, and then I went on Game FAQs and I printed out like the top 2 or 3 user-submitted walkthroughs, and I just had them spread on my living room table so that everywhere I went, I had like 3 or 4 different frames of reference for what I was supposed to do, and like the best tips and strategies for beating the boss, and like the best sphere grids to use and all that stuff, because I did not want to miss like a single square pixel? Square inch pixel of the game.
Sure.
So yeah, that was my gaming obsession in middle school. So when the remaster was announced for Xbox One, of course I was stoked, and I finally get to relive it, but I can't relive it yet because I have to get a 1,000,000 gamer score, and Final Fantasy is not conducive to a 1,000,000 gamer score, blah, 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 blah. But I have like my short list of games that I'm going to play after I dive into my retirement, so it's probably top 3 games I'm going to get into. So right now it's sitting on my backlog and tanking my completion percentage, but it's a very important game to me, and being able to earn an achievement in it after like 16, 17 years made it worthy of my number 3.
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I thought of that. There's a lot of thought-provoking stuff there. Like, which game would you, from your youth, would you most like to see, have achievements? And I think we've probably had that as a topic at some point on the show. But yeah,
Mario Kart.
Yeah, and then also you got me thinking. Like you said, you're starting 2013, 2012, somewhere in there.
I think I officially started achievement hunting late 2012 or early 2013.
That's cool. Yeah, I was thinking. I think I'm class at 2016 or something like that. Yeah, that's when I first started. I think it was 16, possibly. Yeah, I think it was like the fall of 2016 is when I first really started.
That's probably when I started going like super, super hardcore into it, right around the same time. But I was definitely renting and only buying games exclusively for achievements back at that point.
Yeah, I was trying to, completionist Elroy and such.
Oh God, what a bad phase that was.
It was. I'm not proud of my past there. But I guess that brings me to honorable mention. Okay, well these are
without the asterisk.
Yeah, without the asterisk. These are the top 3 year-related achievements. So these actually came out this year, and I thought they deserved some mention. So I'm going to combine 2 of them real quick here because I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I know, shocker. But honorable mention was from Cat Quest 2. Cat Venture Begins for completing the first quest. So basically, this is the first achievement you're going to get in Cat Quest. Why did I like this? I love cat games, man. And so I was kind of curious where Cat Quest 1 is. Where has it been all my life? And if you ever actually play this game, it's really funny because the puns in this game, you think I'm bad. I'm nothing. I'm not kidding around here. I mean, it's like every freaking line, they try to get the word purr into it. So they just add purr in like every freaking dialogue box. So, I don't know. Maybe start thinking, what's your favorite cat game, huh? Yeah, X? Maybe don't make me get gun to your head here.
Oh my gosh, my favorite cat game?
Yeah, man.
Captain Cat.
Which one?
Captain Cat.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh man, he's such a good. I like Captain Cat. Yeah, yeah, he's my guy. Did you get the completion on that one?
I got all but the last one achievement. There are a couple levels I just couldn't 3-star.
Oh man, I stuck it out. I wanted to, I wanted my cat percentage to stay up high.
Of course, that's understandable. You got to rock that 100% cat completion.
That's right. So there's a phone app. It's called SushiCat. So if you're looking for a good cat game, it doesn't have achievements. So yeah, but it's still worth mentioning. SushiCat for your iPhone. I don't know. I played it way back before I was an achievement hunter. It's still around. I looked at it this afternoon. I couldn't believe it's still around. Anyway, that was probably my favorite cat game. Number three. From Guacamelee 2. It's called You Survived. Enter the Heart of Dankness and Return. Secret. It is basically, there's a lot of people out there that know a lot more about this game than I do. And I think somebody might have sometime maybe have talked about this achievement way back when. Is that enough disclaimers? So basically there's an area. Yeah. Basically there's an area that you enter and it's like making fun of all the people that had something bad to say about the game. The original game before it became a success and all that good stuff. And so you enter this area and it's like all these memes everywhere. I believe there's some cat memes in there too. So I like cats, man. And there's like, I don't know, it's a really funny part of the game where it's real tongue in cheek and I don't know. It's worth checking out. So I like that the game actually did that. So I'm gonna have to say, Guacamelee 2, You Survived. Enter the Heart of Dankness. There you go. Man, I used to have a kid in one of my classes that he was all about dank. He used dank every dang freaking word. He was. I don't know. He wanted to make all his projects dank humor and all this. I'm like, dude, just do your assignment, man. And
it's all about those dank memes. Come on,
man. Yeah. Well, I think he used to say that to me. It's like, can I add some dank memes, Mr. Kelly? I was like, come on, man, just do it. I was like, yeah, of course, but just do it. I don't care. Whatever.
Hey, whatever keeps them coming to school, right?
That's right, man. Dankness.
All right. So I was just thinking, our listeners, when they scrub through this to just, ignore my voice or your voice or whoever's voice they're trying to ignore, they're going to be like, all right, number 3, we can keep going. They're going to be like, oh, wait, but now we're on number 5. What's going on here?
Oh, so, it's going to be chaos.
Just to make it really confusing, here's number 2. Number 2. Okay, so number 2 is from the game Agatha Knife. And it's the achievement you get for beating the game, which is called The Prophetess of Carnivorism. I know you played this one. Did you like this game?
It was interesting. It was kind of weird, but I like weird, and I liked. I missed. I don't know if there's a way to avoid having to do 2 walkthroughs or not.
There's not.
Oh, okay.
You have to do. That's my only complaint is that you have to do two playthroughs.
Yeah, I just recently wrapped up that second one. It sat on the shelf for a while. several months, and I was like, I don't really want to do this again. But then I finally knocked it out. But enough time had transpired that I had forgotten the whole story again, and so
okay. Maybe
cool.
I'll go back to it someday. I am not completionist, Elroy, but I'm the same thing. I have, I think, 32 out of 33 achievements for 925 gamer score.
Did you miss the spending money one? Is that the one that got you?
Yeah, don't spend any money.
Yeah.
I have to go back for that one. But,
okay. Yeah,
you kind of got it. If I were to say that this was one of the most ridiculous games I've ever played, that would not be exaggerating, because it's absolutely in like the top 3 weirdest things ever.
It is weird. Yep.
I won't spoil the story for you, but basically, you play as this 9-year-old girl, Agatha Knife, who works in a butcher shop with her mom, and she loves playing with the animals, and she loves the animals. But then it makes her extra sad. Not when she has to butcher them, because she doesn't mind butchering them, but it makes her sad when the animals are terrified of being butchered.
Yeah, I mean, it's
the
worst.
Right, she doesn't want to stop butchering her animal friends, because she loves her animal friends.
Well, she loves meat.
That's the thing, she loves her animal friends, but she loves eating her animal friends.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So what is a girl to do? So she invents a religion called carnivorism, wherein the god is the great bleeding pig, and he tells the livestock animals that the afterlife kicks ass, basically, and that you should all just throw down your lives, you should want to die, so that you can join the great bleeding pig in the afterlife. So, just livestock animals just waltz into the butcher shop, like, wanting to be killed, basically, so they can go to the afterlife, and that's the solution. It's awesome. It's ridiculous. It's hilarious. The humor's outstanding.
Absolutely.
The achievement art for this achievement is actually my current Xbox One wallpaper. If that serves to tell you how much I adore this game.
Yeah, I like the guy that's her counsel. I forget his name. The Great something or another. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
It's some Italian, the Great Santini or something.
Yeah. And he's like a magician dude, and he's kind of guiding you through your trying to create this religion. And so I don't know. I just like the animation of when he tries to do something spectacular, and he like throws his hands in a downward motion, kind of does like a air pelvic thrust.
Yeah,
and and like smoke comes up. I don't know,
and every time he does it, Agatha's like, "Did you really need to do that? Like, did the gesture did the gesture make a difference there?"
Yeah, really. Oh man, I like that part. That was a good part.
That's a good game though. If you like point and clicks and you like humorous, weird games, highly recommend it. It goes on sale for $3 pretty often.
Oh, man, definitely worth $3. So, well, that brings me to number 2, because that makes sense. Now, my number 2 is from WorldsWandersong. WorldsWandersong. I saw you just recently played that.
Oh, yeah, we both just, it just came out. Duh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we both just recently played it. I wonder why.
Yeah. And so I like the one, it's called Heartbreaker, and you get it for killing the King of Hearts secret. And so it I don't know, WonderSong, it seemed like a really cool game. It's too bad that I had to use the cheat and skip through all of it. But I mean it's there. I mean, you got to use it, right?
Yeah, not judging. 8-hour completion or 30-minute completion.
Yeah, I wonder
Come
what
on now.
Yeah. But it seemed like a pretty cool concept. But when you're skipping through it, one of the things you miss is the character progression. So I didn't know much about the chick with the sword, right? So I assume they flesh out that character at some point or in the 8 hours that you're spending in it. And so I skip ahead to the scene where you get this achievement, which is there's some wolf thing that's like a main boss character thing. I don't know. I forget what they called him. What are all the overseers? Is that what they were called?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, he's an overseer. And so the main character is like, oh, but he has some good in him. We have to save him. He's like this, apparently some kind of optimist guy. All he wants to do is sing and everything. So that's all I know about the character. And so he sings, and his singing is going to somehow tame this wolf thing, and it's going to excise the demon out of it, and then you'll see that there's good in it. So he's trying to prove to this chick that there's good in this character. So you battle with this wolf thing, and in the end, you are able to cast the demons out of it, and changes shape. It shrinks down, and it's this cute little dog, and it's like, woof, woof, woof. And you're starting to talk to it, and he's like, see, there's good. And then, whoa, it's like, yeah. The freaking character with the sword just executes it. Spoiler alert. And so,
Aren't the spoilers... Aren't the alerts supposed to come before you give the spoiler?
Sometimes you forget. So as long as you say it afterwards, that you're covered.
Oh, you're in the clear. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. And so, it just kills this thing right in front of you. And so, like, when I wasn't expecting, I didn't know anything about this character at this point. So, like, the shock of it, I was like, oh, shoot. And then I started laughing at how ridiculous it was because they started discussing. He's like, what are you doing? They discuss when it just happened, but I really liked it because it reminded me of an epic movie scene I like. It's have you seen the movie Deep Blue Sea?
Does it have sharks in it?
Yes, it does, in fact. And there's a scene with Samuel Jackson. And so if you've never seen this movie at all, you should Google Samuel Jackson, Deep Blue Sea, or better yet, Bing it. And then it'll pull up a YouTube and watch it. Just go in with no expectations. And it's a very great cinematic scene. He's given this a beautiful speech, and then you'll have an experience much like WandersOng with the King of Hearts or whatever it is. So, so that's why I included it. Yeah, that's my number 2.
All right.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you asked for more here. Because my number 1...
Seriously, they're going to be so confused.
Well, my number 1 is no other from the Game of the Year nominee,
the moment you're all waiting for.
It's Iron Snout. I mean, you talked some pigs earlier, and it just got me all excited to talk about.
Just whetting their appetites.
Yeah, that's right. So I bet you Iron Snout could be the Great Bleeding Pig. I mean, it's
Whoa, yeah. Oh my God! What if Iron Snout is the Great Bleeding Pig?
I smell sequel.
I smell next game swap.
There you go. Oh man! All right, so which one did I choose? Well, I mean, I could have chose so many from this game. It is such a great game, but I ended up choosing Forbidden Love. And you get that by getting humped by a mini wolf.
Can I pause you real quick?
Sure.
Just listeners, we generally don't share our picks with each other because there's really never overlap. I was going to pick that one, but I just knew that you were going to do that one, Elroy. I knew it. So I did not pick that one.
Well, I commend you. I guess I'm getting a little predictable in my selections. But I mean, come on, I had to, right? We get Forbidden Love. I mean, come on, humped by a mini wolf. There's so much there that I mean, who would I be if I didn't choose this one? I mean, come on now. So I do think it's funny though that you sniffed it out on me.
Yeah,
man. Okay. Well, there's so much to like about this game. I think I might have covered it earlier in the year, maybe once or twice, but. For me, the little wolves in the game are just the best, right? I mean, they're
so
the best
adorable.
Characters. They are. And they don't want to kill you. They jump on you. They're not trying to kill you. They just want to hump you. And so rather than them just, bonding together and having one giant hump orgy thing, they are willing to risk their lives. So they see all these other wolves just getting decapitated by knives and pork suey. I don't know. Like I was trying to think of what the name of the kung fu that the pig does. Iron Snout does, but they see all these wolves just being decimated, and rather than just hump one another, they are willing to risk their lives just to hump you. So we have sex-craved baby wolves, and they just want some love, man. And so it reminds me that I got a new dog, man.
Yeah?
I did. I got a
That's
third
random.
dog now.
What a time to make a reveal.
Yeah, I got a third dog.
Speaking of horny little wolves, let's hear about your
horny
dog.
little baby wolves, yeah. We call her Little Mingo. So we got Little Mingo, Giggle Pig, and Dewfangle now. So those are my 3 dogs. But anyway, it makes me think of her because she's real small. And man, she is a humper, man. She Humps, like Giggle Pig, she was brought up in a nice household, and I guess little Mingo wasn't. She's kind of like a half rescue, but man, whatever household she came from, I guess humping is the norm. It says that's how they say I love you in that household, and so she must really love Giggle Pig because man, every time Giggle Pig gets on the ground, she's right there just humping away, and they're all female, so I don't know, man, and I mean it's but anyway, this Chivo makes me think of her. And so here's to you, little Mingo. You just get your forbidden love on in the backyard on Giggle Pig anytime you want. Yep. So, I don't know. There you go. That's my number one.
I hear that Iron Snout doesn't need a hammer because the nails just drive themselves into the wood to get away from him.
You know what? I do remember discussing that. That's right. Yes, Iron Snout. Yes. Oh man, the Iron Snoutisms. Give me more.
Okay. Oh geez, but I only had that one. I heard that Iron Snout.
Tell me about the rattlesnake.
Once threw a grenade and killed 50 people, and that was before it exploded.
Nice. Oh, I love you, Iron Snout. Okay, that's it. That's it for my list.
All right, well, that was. Can I get started now? 56 minutes in.
What are you like, number 3 now?
Yeah, we can just really mess with the listeners. My God, Elroy is finally done talking. My turn now. But all right, so my number one is actually a very recent achievement. In fact, very, very recent because I just earned it this past Friday night, which would have been December. Well, it was Friday the 13th. I actually got it very early Saturday morning, 12:08 a.m. on December 14th. But regardless, that achievement would be The Outer Worlds from the game. The Outer Worlds. That's very original. But that's the achievement you get for beating the game, which, again, I just did Friday night, Saturday morning. And holy crap, I loved literally every second of this game. Except for the loading screens. I did not love any second of the loading screens, but that's okay. I hate to call it space Fallout, because I feel like that's comparing it to something that it doesn't necessarily need to be compared to, but it's space Fallout, and I mean that in a really good way. I have been dying for a good Fallout game since New Vegas. 4 was kind of a letdown. We won't even talk about 76. So leave it to the guys who made New Vegas to deliver a game like New Vegas. So the story was top-notch, the voice acting was superb, graphics were excellent, gameplay was pretty much flawless, the humor was on point, the game is like a masterpiece. I'm actually surprised that its Metacritic is like an 85 or an 86 right now, because honestly, it's a solid 9.9 out of 10. Literally my only complaint is the loading screens are a little overkill. But if you like RPGs and you haven't played it yet, you are missing out. And it's on Game Pass for Xbox and PC, so no excuses not to play it. I
don't like RPGs.
Yeah, well, you're lame. You don't like good games. Just kidding. You like Iron Snout.
Oh, yeah.
But I have this bad habit of I'll buy games on launch that I want to play, and then I will play them for like 15 minutes, and then I won't go back to them. So like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, can't wait to get back to that one. That's on my short list after retirement. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I played that for like an hour. That's on my short list. Forza Horizon 4, got to get back to that one. And I sort of knew deep down in my brain that I was going to do that with The Outer Worlds. But this one was different because I couldn't put it down. Like, I played it for 15 minutes that first night. And I came home the next day like, I want to play that again. So, like, screw Ratalaika, screw Neo Geo. I played The Outer Worlds pretty much nonstop for the past week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. I just didn't want to play anything else. That's how much I liked this game. And I mentioned it has a Windows 10 stack, and I think I'm going to willingly play it again in the near future because there's like 2 halves of the story. There's 2 routes you can take, and I did one, and now I will do the other just to sort of get the whole experience. But this is by far and away my game of 2019, if we don't count Iron Snout, of course.
Of course.
But even if we do count Iron Snout, it's a pretty close second place.
Wow.
But yeah, straight up.
That's a strong statement, my friend.
Yeah, Outer Worlds is fantastic. Straight up fantastic. Loved every second of it. Huh. So the achievement for beating it is my favorite achievement that I've earned in 2019.
Well, now when you retire, I mean this retirement thing you keep talking about. So when you go back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, are you going to actually play it for real, or are you going to do the user created levels and get yourself up to level 50? And then I'm curious, are you going to relapse, or are you going to actually play it for realsies?
Nope, I plan on playing that one for real. Also, I think Ubisoft got rid of all those level boost thingies.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got rid of that because it was breaking the game, but more importantly, no one needed to buy their leveling microtransactions.
Yeah.
So, no, I plan on going into it. I don't know if I want to go for the full completion. Because I have the full completion on every other current-gen Assassin's Creed game. So I feel like I might want to keep that statistic up. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe I'll just beat the story and move on. We shall see. Man, yeah, we'll see. I think you're going to relapse and somehow find a way to user created levels, and it's going to send you into a downward spiral. And we'll be back here talking soon. I really don't get your hopes up. I'm committed. I'm hitting my 1,000,000, and then I think I'm going to dive into Final Fantasy X first. I think that's going to be my first one.
And then you'll get bored. You'll be back. You'll be back to the trough.
Nope.
With Iron Snout.
Nope. Unless Iron Snout 2 comes out, I will take a detour for Iron Snout 2.
Well, all right. Well, that's... I guess we might have given enough material for a segment, right?
Yeah, that was our top 14 earned achievements of 2019. Yeah. Well, I had 6 and you had 8, so...
Oh, man, fantastic.
Yeah, top 14, because why the heck not?
You got it, man. Well, should we round it up to a nice even 20 here? And top 3 things that Sonic says is real at their place. Meat, ice cream, fruit.
I love that you assume I had one of these to make it a top 20, but you know that I do, so top 3 things for you to do on YouTube right now. Number 3, look up the floofiest white baby seals. Number 2, look up pandas falling off of things. And number 1, subscribe to Window of Opportunity. Because new song's out.
Oh yeah, what's the new song?
What's Done is Done.
Yeah, I mean, we're done here, but what's the new song?
This guy is so funny.
Jokes.
So there you go, the top 20 things that we talked about in this episode. That's it, the top 20 things of this thing.
All right, well, check us out in all the other places that you would normally do that.
Oh, and Jeffy says Happy New Year, even though his New Year comes a little later. But he just wants you guys to know that.
If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can find all of our links in the show notes. You'll find us every day on Discord at discord.io/AH101. Come and join us. On Twitter, we're Achievements101. On Mixer, we're AH101. On Patreon, we're Achievement Hunting 101. On YouTube, we're Achievement Hunting 101. For those of you who made it all the way through class, we've got a special announcement for you. The Gamertag Challenge for January has been randomly drawn from our patrons, and it is PTartTX. Pretty. She has selected Viva Pinata, the original, as her game of the month. One achievement or a previous completion will score you 1 bonus entry. In addition to Viva Pinata, you can gain 1 extra bonus draw for every achievement you score in January that ends with an H. And with that, class dismissed.